Good morning to all of you. Our chief guest for the day, Mr. Ashwini Lohani, Chairman and Managing Director of Air India Limited, the nominee of the Honorable Chancellor and Joint President SUKM, Shri Bhupesh Bhai Patel, the Honorary Joint Secretary of the Trust, and also the mentor of NMIMS, Shri Shalin, Vice Provost and Dean, School of Business Management, Dr. Devashish Sanya, Controller of Examination, Mr. Ashish Apte, heads of other institutions, directors, members of the faculty, guests, parents, graduating students, ladies and gentlemen. Let me at the outset welcome each one of you to the 14th University Convocation, and in a way, I would say, which also coincides with 36th Convocation of 36 years of SDN itself, the completion of 36 years of the School of Business. You all, this is a day that belongs to each one of you who is graduating and to your parents. You have all made it, I must say, successfully through the 2 years. I know of the hardship and the toil that each one of you would have gone through. So it's a time when you all need to cheer for yourself and also for your parents who have really made it possible for you all to We're extremely grateful to you, Mr. Ashwini Lohani, for having accepted our invitation to be the chief guest this morning. Sir, we are extremely privileged to have you this morning. I will be talking. We are particularly welcoming him for the kind of leadership that he has demonstrated, the firmness that he has deliberated, that he has shown in terms of handling a couple of issues that have happened in the past in Air India. And so therefore, we in a way become kind of an icon for many of you as management graduates. So sir, we are extremely grateful to you for being with us. Welcome to NMIMS and to the School of Business Management. Today, we are not only graduating, it is not only the MBA program which is graduating, but I also understand that 2 more programs of ours are graduating. And one of them, like the MBA program, the core program, is also perhaps very, very dear to me. The program, the Family Business Program, which completes 18 years today. Age of 18, you achieve adulthood, and you get your first driving license. And when you get your first driving license, what happens? What happened to you when you got your first driving license? Excitement, right? Excitement, exploration, away from all the controls. You can now go out and discover. You are on the cloud 9, just as you are today on the cloud 9. You feel you are independent of any controls. The Praveen Dalal Center of Entrepreneurship and Family Business Management and its director, Professor Seema Mahajan, seems to have similar plans today. This program has grown from just a few students to about 100 students, each year being admitted. The center has influenced several family firms in India. It is a moment of gratification for each one of us at the university and at the business school to see the center grow and become a dominant player in the family business management education in India. Today is also the day when the 5th batch of MBA HR is graduating. You all are very, very important. So my congratulations to all of you and to your parents. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we have Mr. Ashwini Lohani, the Chairman and Managing Director of Air India, today as our chief guest. He has been in the news for multiple reasons. Perhaps more, and perhaps the most apt that I found, was a very interesting kind of comment that I received on the social network. Somebody questioned his credential to be the Chairman and Managing Director of Air India. One of the parties questioned his credentials to be the Chairman and Managing Director of Air India. So I was also quite intrigued. So I read that entire message that came to me on WhatsApp. And the fact that he was coming to us as a chief guest, it also gave me an opportunity to read his profile. And this is what it read. Let me just give a few glimpses of what we have in our chief guest today. He is a Limca Book National Record holder of 2007. For what? For holding 4 engineering degrees in mechanical, electrical, metallurgy, and electronics. How many of you are engineers over here? Wow. And how difficult did you find to get your 1 degree of engineering? Here we have our chief guest who has 4 degrees. Right? He has received many awards. He is a fellow of the Institution of Engineers. And some of his major awards are being the Lifetime Achievement Award in Tourism, Madhya Pradesh State Tourism Award, Icon of Change, and the National Award for Outstanding Performance from the Ministry of Railways. So we are today indeed privileged to have such a distinguished chief guest this morning. So once again, sir, welcome to NMIMS. The year 2016-17 saw NMIMS take a leap of faith when we launched the Chancellor's Challenge. It was basically with a view to excite the student community within SUKM institution to think out of the box and come up with entrepreneurial ideas. The SUKM management decided to put upfront about 10 lakh rupees for the winning ideas, and accordingly, 3 ideas were this year given the award. The best idea got rupees 5 lakh, and the other one got 3 lakhs, and another one got 2 lakhs. Incidentally, this year, all the 3 ideas, entrepreneurial ideas, that have now gone towards the startup stage are in the area of healthcare, particularly in the area of the rural healthcare, which is indeed one of those kinds of an initiative of which we all feel very proud, because as a university, we believe that we have a very important role to play in terms of influencing the society and improving the quality of life of individuals. Another significant initiative of the School of NMIMS as a university was the launch of the School of Liberal Arts. The school has been set up with a view to develop the holistic development of the students at an undergraduate level. It's a fact that many of you, when you were at the age of 18 or 17, found it extremely confusing to select one particular stream. And there are many of you may have asked this question, why should I really go only for engineering? Many of you, after even doing your MBA, would perhaps have this kind of a feeling, did I really make the right choice of doing an MBA? And I see many of the students who have done their MBA program walk away from the business, walk away from their MBA program and pursue other areas. They become musicians. Some of the well-known classical musicians are today, one of them has done their MBA from the Chancellor Bajaj, and today is one of the major well-known sarod players today in this country. So you can have multiple kinds of vistas. The opportunity to explore and experiment does not exist in the Indian education system, And it was with that kind of point of view that we created the School of Liberal Arts. The business school also launched an innovative program last year, which was an MBA Law. This is a program which is jointly with the business school and the law school. The business school continues to be ranked by the various media among the top 10 business schools in India and top 3 among the private business schools. The students of the schools, that is all of you, have earned laurels at several international contests, and I would say my congratulations go today to each and every one who has really brought such kind of laurel to us. You do us proud when you succeed amidst all odds. The journal of NMIMS has been included in the cable directory, and NMIMS also launched last year the Journal of Economics and Public Policy. The Indian economy, let me now put across to you, particularly the family business students who are graduating today, the Indian economy today is the brightest spot in the world economy. It has continued to grow since 1991. But one of the most dominant features of the Indian economy, which has remained there, is being the family businesses. And they have contributed significantly to the growth of Indian economy. In 2016, 15 of the top 20 business groups in India, and many of you are going to be joining some of these family business firms today. Today, they control nearly 26 lakh crores of assets. That's accounting for 84% of the combined assets of the top 20 business groups in India. Many firms have fallen aside. Some grew, but those who grew are the ones who really took the lessons from their environment. They are the ones who adapted to the change. They are the ones who managed change. And they are the ones who quickly understood that the way to go forward is professionalism, bringing in professional leaders and responding to all the kind of changes that are there. We are today witnessing rapid pace of change, leading to short life cycles of products, business models, and in some cases even firms. And therefore, what is today required is to understand what are the drivers of this change. Many a time we talk about technology as a driver of the change, certainly there is no doubt about it. Demography as a change factor, certainly there is no doubt about it. But today we find even the radical government policies also disrupting the economy, like the kind that we talked about in terms of the demonetization, for example. It is in this context that one needs to understand what is it that will really make organizations succeed and what is it that will make an organization fail. To my mind, it is nothing but innovations. Today, it is important to not only build to innovate one time, but to continue to innovate on a continuing basis and create an ecosystem for that. And therefore, from that kind of a perspective today, innovation is no more a choice. It is no more a choice, but an imperative. Today, we are also seeing a growth of activism. We are also seeing that the activism today has become more and more aggressive. We are today finding that the space for the liberal and moderate ideology is really shrinking. The dogmatic thinking is really dominating. And it is a serious challenge to globalization, free market economics, and the policy of inclusive development. But I firmly believe that it is three factors that will really ensure that the forces of globalization continue to be there. Now, the first is obviously the technology. The second is the kind of change that is the demographic changes that are taking place. And the third is a rapid growth of emerging markets itself. These are the three kind of factors that will continue to drive the globalization itself. The wheels of globalization therefore will continue and therefore offer us significant kind of opportunities which are there. Tough times need tough leaders. They need leaders who can really create different worlds itself. But we need to understand that today we also have a challenge of building societies and cultures and contributing to the culture. And it is here that we need to ask ourselves the question that whenever, what should we be doing with the education system? The education system that is given to you all so much. The universities like ours that is given to you so much. whenever education systems have been under attack in any society or culture, that society and culture is really gone down. It is declined. You don't need today nuclear weapons to destroy a nation. All that you need is destroy an education system and an institution of higher learning. We need help from you all. We need you all to stand up and look at it and see that these kind of forces do not really become aggressive and do not attack institutions of higher learning, the kind that we see today happening in a neighborhood itself. So we need to consider this very, very closely itself. Today, social networks are there, and as I said, it is important for you all to understand that the social networks are also the source of fake news. And therefore, it is important for each one of you, like as you would have studied in the case methodology, to ask questions. And so the questions are, for example, that we say in the case, what is it? Why is it? Where is it? Who is doing it? What is the motive? Ask these kinds of questions to be able to build a fact-based narrative. The society needs this kind of a narrative. Tolerance and respect for the other's viewpoint is perhaps very, very important. And it really means that a great leader is one who really respects the views of the entire team itself. As I conclude, I cannot but draw the attention of each one of you, particularly your parents and spouses who may be present over here, if any of you is married. The problem, the psychological problem that today afflicts modern societies. We have been witnessing increasing number of cases of mental health. The issue of mental health is today real. While I don't want to go into the causes, let me just mention a couple of symptoms that we see today, particularly when I look at it in the youth itself and in many parts of the country itself. Growing alienation leading to depression, substance abuse, sexual abuse, violence, suicides. These are just some symptoms. Can we really help at this point of time? And I think we can. We need to help people. And therefore, one of the most important things before we really start helping others is that we ourselves need to develop internal strength to fight back. And what gives us this internal strength is not just what we learned at the business school or in our workplace, but also to look at it from the spiritual